Hello?
What's up, girl? What happened after Tony dumped you?
Girl, I'm over it. I went from heartbreak to hate.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Joy. Oi, Joy. How are you today?
I'm feeling amazing
Good.
because I am just running off of the hair color fumes.
Oh, yeah, you recently dyed.
My recently dyed hairs.
Mm-hmm.
We both kind of have a hair addiction. I don't know if people know this about us, but...
Yeah, we have to constantly change our hair, even though I went a good month and a half. I was 2 months.
Okay, 2 months. And mine was, I haven't colored it in 4 months, I want to say.
Oh.
Listen, that's hard.
That's hard.
And remember I told you, I sent him a text and I was like, it's damn near looking like my natural color, so it's a crisis.
Yes.
Because you used to change it with the season, so.
And I was trying to do that whole gray daddy thing going on, but I wasn't gray enough.
Yeah.
Wasn't enough gray. Enough to make me look like I was starting to lose my hair, which kept freaking me out because I know that I'm not.
Right.
But so now it has to all be blonde.
There it is.
All blonde.
Blonde is your favorite.
Blonde. It's because I look natural with it.
Uh-huh.
Most people can't look natural with white hair.
Anyways.
Anyway, what are we talking about today?
Well, before we get into that, so what I want to say for all of our listeners, old and new, is we are on the social medias. We always forget to point this out.
We're old, so we don't think about things
we
like
don't forget.
that.
We do forget, but from Heartbreak to Hate, we have a Facebook page, we have Instagram. We don't really tweet though.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, I guess Bob does, and he doesn't tell me. You know, he doesn't let me be an administrator on any of these things. If I can just air a grievance now.
Do you know how hard it is to set it up as a? First of all, I'd have to set the Instagram up as a business account, which means then I'll start getting all these weird business. So it's a pain in the ass, and you don't want it anyway. You don't want to talk to those people anyway.
I do want to talk to our listeners. You know what, kids? I would like you to find us on social media and
tell me off.
Please tell Bob off, or at least tell him to be nicer to me.
And then
I feel that the people who listen to us know the truth, and that's all I'm going to say.
I feel that everyone that listens that knows us in real life, in RL, IRL,
they also know the truth.
They also know the truth.
That I'm abused.
I don't know if that language should be used.
I know, because this is not the topic.
No, it's not the topic.
It's not the topic at all. And I was just going to say, I already had this discussion briefly, that in our generation, our age range, it's hard because we're from a generation where you could joke more, and now with things becoming more...
Yeah, I mean, you could joke more, but you could also...
I'm not saying it was better.
Right.
I'm just saying there was a lot... Things were a lot looser.
The use of terms was looser.
Use of terms was looser.
Yeah,
and
because you could call people names that...
You could joke about somebody...
You could joke about...
Somebody abusing you, because...
Stalking, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a struggle, kids. We try to learn, but it's a struggle sometimes. And listen, I'm gonna fuck up again. So what can I say?
And I'm a white man, so.
On to today's topic, which is actually cussing.
Cuss words.
Cuss words.
Cuss
cussing,
words.
And
I have a little ditty that I did not prepare.
Right. I'm sorry. Yes.
But I'm bringing it back from my childhood. So shout out to Too Short in my whiteness. Cuss words, just let them roll. Motherfucking shit, goddamn asshole. Cuss words, just won't quit. Motherfuck you, damn shithead bitch. That was my childhood, folks.
I was going to say, he's so happy to relive.
That was when I was 13 years old and loving Oakland. Hey, shout out to California.
Hey, California. We see you.
We see you peeping.
You see us. We appreciate you.
See, I almost did that Akon song. I see you creeping. No, okay, anyway, so we're gonna move on because I'm not a rap artist.
No.
Nor do I feel 9,000% of the white people shouldn't be.
Now, see, I received real feedback about this.
Oh, really?
Yes.
From white people?
Yes. They just would like to know.
White rappers?
Can you be nicer to them? Can you give them a break?
No. Who are you talking to? Trump supporters?
Now, does it look like I would be talking to Trump supporters? Let's start there. Mention Trump supporters. Those are the kind of people who I feel like would be just vehemently opposed to cuss words.
Well, they're supposed to be.
Yeah, right?
Right?
It's supposed to be.
Trump is a godly man. He's one with Christ. Mm-hmm. And therefore, you should be more Christ-like in your support of King Trump.
Excuse me while I roll my eyes all
And
the
hear
way
my
into
dog
my
growling on that one. He couldn't even take it alive.
Mojo was like, negative.
So, sorry to all the white people, because I know that people who listen to this probably are white people in the know. Mm-hmm. So, I apologize for my abuse of white people. ... but
or period. But
fuck that. White people have been oppressing people for so many years. Not even so many years, millennia, decade, however you want to count the length of time in which white people have been horrible to other races.
You're just like, this is payback.
I just can't.
Okay.
You know I can't in normal life with white people. So.
I do know that.
Anyway. I don't hate my race.
No, nobody's saying that.
I do hate the human race.
Wow.
But not the fake race that we're categorized into based on skin tone. Okay. Cuss words.
Cuss words.
Motherfuckers, shit, cock, bitch, cunt.
You know you just said one that I don't, which we've already discussed.
Right.
I don't do the C word.
The C word.
And I don't mean cunt.
Thank you for that.
Absolutely. It's like, you just like, so it's like playing basketball.
I was like, wait,
sometimes you just have to
she's not. Okay.
Because it's like, when you have a partner, you're like, I'm not going to say that, but I'll let them. And they scored. Thank you.
I'm gonna say a sports term. I Scottie Pippen on that one. I let you Michael Jordan that. I think they were on the same team. Gay.
So we're strong sports fans, kids. That's what you need to know.
Anyway.
But cuss words.
We like cuss words.
It's just like breathing for me.
Yeah. But you weren't raised in an environment in which that was.
No.
With hints that came.
Never.
Yeah.
No. And that's one of the things. I feel like my mind is all over the map about this. But to start with, my parents were holy. Mm-hmm. And I say it that way because they were holy. Like my dad was a minister, and my mom she grew up Catholic, and then she became born again Christian, and did just big into church. So
and your dad was also into martial arts, which is not it's a little more like a Zen type.
Yeah. So
personality.
no, I wasn't hearing them at home because a lot of people. I've heard somebody recently say, kids don't learn that shit at school. I'm just going to say it how I would say. Yeah. They don't learn that at school. They learn it at home. I'm like, false. And I'm the proof of that because I think the first time I heard my mom say a cuss word, I was like 16. It scared the crap out of me. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Well, I will agree in some parts because I was allowed to cuss at home as long as I didn't call my mother or my sister a bitch.
Okay.
So I don't know why the C word cunt was never brought up. I'm going to say every word, so I'm going to abbreviate anything.
Yeah.
So, but I was that kid that would go to school and teach other people how to use cuss words.
Ah, okay.
Because you'd hear people say weird things like, I don't know. I don't know good context, but say, they wouldn't be able to say use the motherfucker right. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, no.
You're like, let me help. Let me coach.
I'm not good at grammar, but I am good at the use of cuss words. So let me make sure your assholes are dotted and your motherfuckers are crossed.
I knew that was coming, yes. So. I love it. Yeah, so this idea that it always comes from home, not always true. We have different experiences, but I definitely learned it at school, perfected it at school. Actually perfected it at my first real job because manufacturing is just, a beacon of cussing.
Oh yeah.
I think that's its home base.
Yeah, I don't think if you've never worked in a manufacturing plant or any kind of large facility that houses people who have to work hard. Yeah, you just don't understand the amount of cussing. It's like Everything angers you. I mean, oh no.
Yeah, it does. No, yeah.
Yeah.
People are just angry all the time.
Right.
There's always some crisis. And
It's manual labor and it's a pain in the ass.
It's
and
considered blue collar.
Right.
So it's very much, this is just how we talk. This is breathing. This
Right.
is just, you're not even aware of it half the time. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm definitely not aware of I'm unaware, but I'm also not aware.
Yes. It's weird, right? Because it's like when other people, like in the workplace, I've had other people, they'll slide a cuss word in there and then they'll apologize right after. And I'm like, oh, I kind of didn't even. But yet I'm aware of not saying it because.
Right.
When you have certain jobs where you just absolutely cannot get away with that.
Well, and
you
I
have
feel
to cut it off.
I feel that I should win awards for the lack of cuss words that I use at my workplace.
Yeah.
Not that my workplace is bad, but in general.
Yeah.
Because there was a period of time in which of my life, both 2 times, where I could use cuss words at work. And so, you work at the salon, it's a little more
Loose.
and I went to work at the police department.
Nice.
Well, you wouldn't think that would be a little more loose,
No.
but
Behind the scenes?
if a motherfucker gets in your face,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
the first aggressive way to back them down is to motherfuck them.
Okay. Helpful
Motherfucker,
hints.
sit down.
No. Yeah.
Motherfucker is my favorite.
I was thinking about that. I think it is one of my favorites. I enjoy a good motherfucker. I also enjoy the variations of spelling of motherfucker. But I don't know. I have a lot of combos, and of course, none of them are coming to me right now. But
Right.
I enjoy a good combo, a 1-2 punch, if you will. Let's string a couple together, 2, 3. Let's go
Like-
for the bonus round.
Yeah, like
You know,
cocksucking fucking whore.
something like that.
Shout out to all my hoary friends. Love ya. And see, that's the thing is like, I don't know. I know that there's a big push in not using derogatory terms towards females in those ways, and I completely understand that. But I've always called men bitches.
Yeah, which we have briefly discussed that before.
Yeah,
That
like,
is
so
your thing.
It's always been and I know it's a thing now. I'm not gonna say I started the trend,
That's
but I've been
exactly what he's
doing
gonna
it
say.
since I was a kid. Like you call
Yeah.
a man a bitch, she does this.
Yeah, they
They're
lose
gonna
their,
either nut up or they're gonna back down. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
just
violent people. I don't know if they know that.
Well, I use bitch.
Right.
That is one of my favorites. But it's not. It's weird because I don't know that I don't usually use bitch as derogatory because honestly, it's one of those things where it's like some women, you just be like bitch, blah 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 blah.
You
talking
say
to a
this
friend.
bitch every now and then.
I do sometimes say this bitch, but more often I go to this heifer, which actually isn't cussing, depending on who you talk to, or that hoe. That hoe is my favorite one.
Yeah.
That hoe.
Well, and that heifer, on this heifer, I mean, I remember when my grandma would not cuss, but she would say heifer. Isn't that fat shaming as well?
I guess somebody could say that, but just as you said that, I was like, damn it, I've never seen the word that way. To me, heifer is like the cheating version of hoe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought it was
but
the cheating version of bitch, which is both the female name for an animal.
Exactly.
So.
I don't know. I don't think it's fat shaming. Me personally.
No. And I don't
know if there are any fat shaming swears that
I'm
even aware
fat
of.
ass.
And that's the thing, because
Adjectives.
once you put the ass on there, that's when it becomes offensive, because that's another thing, is that fat in and of itself isn't like a derogatory. Like, I don't know anymore. I think a lot of people that are fat, a lot of people in the fat community are like, no, that's just facts.
They're taking it back.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Because I used to always say when people would be like, "Oh, they'd call me something," I'd be like, "Call me something that's gonna offend me." Like you'd be like, "Fat ass." I'd be like, first of all, if you're not paying attention, because I have no ass at all, so my ass is not fat. But thank you for thinking that it is, because I would love to have a fat ass, because I don't.
Hey, look at that fat.
If you have any tips on how to get a fat ass, please let me know. Other than squats, done with squats.
Please comment on our Facebook or Instagram.
Right. So you said you don't like the other C word, cock, but you don't disuse it.
No,
You just don't. That's not.
it's not that I'm offended by cock. It's just that
You don't go. It's not
like,
your go-to for
your
dick.
cock.
Yeah, your
I
cock
can't-
is so big.
I can't say
can't
it
fit your cock
seriously.
in my mouth.
But that's
Oh my god, your cock. Yeah.
ew, ew, ew. Ew.
Cack.
I can't. I can't even say it seriously. But we've already discussed that. Kids, go back to our older podcast where we discussed how white people use cock and black people use dick.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
And
it's
recently
a
I was
truth.
speaking with a black male, and he was talking to me about how people assume that they get their BBC, their big black cock fantasy, white people.
Right.
But when he said BBC, but then the next thing he said is dick. He didn't say cock. And I was like, do you know that black people don't say cock? And he was just like, what? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. No. But no, you can see that look on his face. But anyway, so there are no cuss words I won't say.
Yeah, I was trying to think about it. I don't think there are. I don't know if there's anything.
Definitely double negatives I'll use, but
No, there's nothing. To me, there's nothing that's off limits. That's like a true cuss word.
Right.
Because people get into, well, what about certain derogatory words? Those aren't cuss words, though.
Those aren't cuss
are
words.
just slurs. There's a
slurs.
difference.
There's a big difference.
Huge
Yeah.
difference.
Well, yeah, obviously I don't use racial slurs,
Right.
but
But I just felt that we had to point that out because sometimes people get real, trying to get all up in your face, trying to have one up on you, and it's like, no, there's a difference.
There's
baby
a difference.
Doll. There's a difference.
Yeah.
So the other thing that people will say, which I was telling you right before we started, was this argument that, you're uneducated or you just don't have an extensive vocabulary if you
Right.
use cuss words, shows, your lack of intelligence or whatever. Fuck that. That is so stupid. I mean,
And fuck your intelligence because I'm emotionally intelligent, okay? There's
Well-
other levels of intelligence out there. Because I don't read because I can't. But,
I can't with you.
you know that I mean, this is a true fact. I've talked about it before. I just can't read. It's just,
But you can.
I can read, but I just can't read.
Yes.
ADD
Okay.
will not allow
I
me to.
understand. But I'm just like, I didn't want people to think that you're out here really illiterate and incapable. But yeah, we both have extensive vocabularies. I use new words like urinate and defecate at the age of 4. So,
Right.
What 4-year-old knows to say, I need to urinate? None. So, lascivious, all of those. So it's not about having a vocabulary. It's just about, first of all, it's about preference.
Yeah.
Secondly, honestly, there's just like a punch that those words provide.
It's emphasis.
It's emphasis and it's cathartic. Damn
Yeah. Fucker. Let me fucking
Shit,
talk.
I don't know why.
Get off my fucking jock. Why'd I say that?
No, because that's another one of those like cheat. That was another thing that we have to get into.
Yeah.
All of the cheat things that you can try and say, which I used to get in trouble for. That's how serious my parents were. Like I used to try and say geez.
You couldn't say heck?
No, couldn't say heck because my dad was like, you wanted
You
to
know what it's for.
Yeah,
You
you
know
wanted
what
to
it
say
means.
exactly.
Yeah.
You couldn't say geez because it was supposed to be the short version
For
of Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh, now you definitely wasn't gonna say that. No, couldn't even say butt, like your ass.
What?
Couldn't use butt. Could use bottom. That's how hardcore it was.
Damn.
So like all of those adjacent cheating words, if you can do all that, just say the fucking word.
Just say the fucking word. Like seriously. I mean that nothing pisses me off more. Religion aside, person aside, when someone who would not use cuss words because it's bad and it's against Christ and blah blah blah, but they will say the fake ones.
Because it's kind of true. It's like if you say dang, it's because you want to say damn,
Right.
but you just ain't gonna say damn.
Right. And if you say great googly moogly, I don't know what the fuck that means.
I don't either.
But
What incarnation did you just say?
incarnation did you just say to me? Exactly.
Cut the malarkey. I mean, no, those can be funny. You know what I mean?
Great googly moogly will always be funny to me.
Malarkey is one of
just-
those that I
I-
think is hilarious, but I can't take it seriously.
No. I mean, there's great googly. You know what? I just figured it out. But it's not even a cuss word. God Almighty. Googly moogly.
Oh.
Great God Almighty.
Okay.
Because you're not even supposed to say that.
No.
Because that's technically
Yeah.
using God's name in vain.
Now, at one time, now this is a controversial one, that I used to not say. I used to say all the cuss words, but not goddamn.
Oh.
Because I definitely grew up that's, you don't curse God.
Mm-hmm.
And my stance on it, honestly, is, first of all, let's say, believe in God, but do you think that if you use all these other swears, but you just leave goddamn out, like that's the one that keeps you safe? You know what I mean? Like there's so many problems with
There's
the
other
argument.
things going on right now.
I'm not trying to, I'm not, so crazy ego that I think I could damn God. And you know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like
Oh my God. I just brought my cough back. Resurrected through your goddams.
No, but like, on the one hand, I really do get why it bothers some people.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to not use it around certain people. I certainly am.
Okay.
But it is not one of the ones that I don't use. In fact, it's become one of my favorites because it was so taboo for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like God damn it as one whole word.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
Yeah. God damn it, goddamn. That's, yeah.
I mean,
I often use it in the past tense when I'm like typing a text. I'm like, the goddamned XYZ fucking thing, shit.
well, I mean, and it's just saying that
Triple
something's
combo.
the furthest from God, right? It's goddamned. It's going to hell.
It is?
It's
I
another
guess
way
it
of
is.
saying going to hell.
Yeah.
God damn it. God, come down here and take this, me spilling my macaroni and cheese on the floor and send it directly to hell. That's what I'm asking.
Once again, your ridiculous nature.
I'm extreme
Just a little bit.
and quick-witted. Yeah, I like cuss words. I did a pachakacha.
You did. That's
Yeah.
right. We haven't talked about that in a while because
No.
it's been a few years now.
It's been almost 7 years. Wow.
But that's the other funny thing is, so you did this talk.
Yeah.
You go ahead and tell the people what it's about.
So I did this pachakacha talk on how cuss words are not as bad in 2012 is when I did it, as compared to when the first time that I consciously used a cuss word, which was at church. And so my whole thing was everybody who was involved with the pachakacha would really go for it, do it, but let's have a lunch first. So we went and went to lunch with them. I won't bring up anybody's names, but they were like, we just want you to make sure you're not doing like a Richard Pryor type stand-up routine,
Right.
and that you're not just going to drop cuss words after cuss words after cuss words. And I'm like, it's a 6 minutes and 40 seconds or 6 minutes 20. I can't remember exactly what the pachakacha limit is, but it's a very short span of time. I feel that I could have used cuss words the whole time, and I would have been on time because my time would have been better. But I told them I'm only going to use 2 cuss words twice. So I'm going to use 4 cuss words altogether. I'm going to use fuck twice, and I'm going to use bitch twice. Ta-da. And so then they were like, okay, that seems okay, blah, 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 blah. Not to mention this was an over 18 event.
Yes.
Even said so on the signs, all
Absolutely.
made, that I still have, or maybe I threw it away, I don't care. It said over 18, but they said this is a non-paid event in Cranert, which is a performance art place here in Champaign-Urbana. And we can't control people bringing their children to this event. And to my response was, well, if their fucking kids aren't supposed to fucking be there,
That's your fucking
that's
problem.
not my fucking fault. Is your
No.
fucking kid here's fuck.
Basically.
Like, fuck it.
Which put a pin in it. We're going to come back to
Yeah.
kids in a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so what I was going to say in response to that, because I attended, obviously, because I lived here at the time.
Right.
And it was kind of intriguing because there were some
Yeah.
people who were definitely into it,
The
myself
mayor at the
included.
time.
And then there were people who were like bracing the whole time. And I'm like you're just this delicate flower who's never been in public anywhere. Like you don't watch TV.
Right.
Like when people act like they're so fucking precious that they've never heard, you know what I
Fuck.
mean? Like they just weren't ready for the topic period.
Right. I took pictures of people in situations in which they would cuss, all wearing Mickey Mouse ears
Right. Which was
for
brilliant.
thematic reasoning.
Yep.
And then blurred out, like, made thought bubbles or comic book type style. So I had the pictures were going along as with the slides. But I don't feel those were bad. And I think those were actually like comedic value to it.
Yeah.
And it went with the whole point of why the first time I said a cuss word was at church, and I had said, why did Mickey Mouse divorce Minnie Mouse? And the answer is because she was fucking goofy. And so I, got sent home from church for that. But that was, it was innocent. I was 5.
Yeah.
I had heard the joke, and I just went to tell a joke about Mickey Mouse at church.
Basically.
So, but yeah, some people stood up and applauded. And I got, some people did not.
Yeah.
And I could definitely see it from the stage. Like I could definitely see the people who were into it and the people who weren't into it. And then after that, the people who at the time were running that shindig, don't know if they still are or not, they would not talk to me in public.
Which was so ridiculous.
Like literally like turned away, walked the other direction in a grocery store.
Judas!
Just like, and the thing of it is like, yeah, I get it. We all want to sit and listen to someone's fucking pachakacha on fonts.
No. I can't with you.
I'm not putting anybody down, but I'm just saying I was the spice in that motherfucking meatball salad.
But listen,
like,
nobody wanted any spice. They wanted like plain ass motherfucking tuna with just.
And that's the thing is, my friend had asked me to do it and said, will you be interested? You have to apply and you have to tell them what your topic is. Blah 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 blah. Look, they were drinking the Kool-Aid. They wanted me to do it.
Yeah.
And I gave you a very watered down version of what I could have, because I could have Richard Pryor that motherfucker.
I think, again, so that goes back to the children.
Yeah.
Because I think this is one of my final things to say, but is people's fear that the children, we're always protecting the children. What if the children hear?
No.
And like you said, it was an event where it wasn't even the place of that. But just in general, my thoughts on being in public, because there used to be this thought that, it's like, oh, well, there's kids around. So, let's hush our voices as we're talking. No, fuck that. I don't do that anymore.
No.
Listen, this is the real world.
No.
They're going to hear it on TV. They're going to hear it in school. They're definitely going to hear it in school. They're going to hear it in school in 3rd grade. Okay, so let's just be honest with ourselves. I'm not. No.
Maybe if I'm at the Golden Corral, shout out to the Golden Corral. I hear you're coming to town. Anyway, if I'm there, maybe I won't cuss as much. But if your kid is in a place that is a bar, it's a bar most of the time, but sometimes it allows children in to come and eat. If your fucking kid is in a bar, I'm going to fucking cuss in front of it. Like one time I was at a bar here in town. It was a patio. People served food. It was 9:30 at night. I had been drinking since 5.
as one does.
And, not saying that drinking loosens my lips, because my lips are always on offensive. But I was cussing a lot, and this woman turned around and looked at me, and I was like, why the fuck is your kid in the bar?
Okay.
Like...
Facts.
I'm sorry, why is your kid in a bar? Like, I know that you're eating a potato salad. The potato salad's amazing. But
yeah.
It's 9:30 at night.
You take that chance.
You take that fucking kid home.
And we've had that discussion too. It's like, it's not the rest of the world's job to protect your children from whatever scary thing. No.
It's actually a motherfucking learning experience. You should go home and say, do not be like that fat faggot over there. Be a better person, Ricky.
Hopefully they will not use that slur.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure those slurs will come out, because that's the type of people who don't want you to cuss around them, or don't want you to cuss around their children, are people who still use the N-word towards black people, or still use whatever term towards gay people, lesbians, whatever. Those people will still use slurs towards people, but they're not using cuss words.
That's actually, I can't even refute that right now.
Because you know it's true.
Yeah.
Jesus knows it's true, and he's watching you. Cunt.
Oh.
Sorry. Just got into it in a moment.
No, it was fine.
Yeah.
That would have been a hilarious place to end the podcast, actually.
I know, but we still have like a whole second left. So
one whole second?
Do your thing.
Fuck it.
And remember that to be beautiful and natural is the birthright of every woman. And I wish you all loads and loads of loveliness and good luck.